Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know where you're at when you get this. This is Scott, and I'm recording another Saturday service. Um, it's a short one today. I think that I'm going to move Saturday services to the monthly, um, invest a little bit more in a process of thoughts. I've had some really great ideas, and I'm going to post a questionnaire to the Patreon group um, to just sort of get your idea for topics. So ultimately, the Saturday service will be a discussion of a topic, maybe with a guest. So it could be a little podcasty, but often it could be me, and that would happen then once a month. It gives me a little bit more time to work on things and to put them together. I love doing this on Saturdays. It is very regular for me to do my morning practice on a Saturday and then come to you and sit down and record. I had a great morning practice today. And I did some tremendous energy work for someone that was literally stellar. I'm a little high from that today. So yeah, I just moved to better serve. Saturday services are a free service. I like to do them for people. I think weekly has been great for the last what has it been? A year and a half, a year and a few 3 months. But it's time for me to shift the gears on that. Some of you may notice it, some of you may not. But I do have a caregiver position now, and I'm assisting with several things with my family. So it's been a little challenging sometimes to meet the deadlines of a Saturday service, and that started to feel like a deadline, which was, I think, intruding on the nature of the message. So I'm going to move to that Saturday service. Probably, I don't know what you think. Like maybe the start of the month could be a good time because then that, like, and as far as the calendar goes, that could work, or maybe the new moon. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but that's what it is. So, anyways, later on this week, I will post a questionnaire to the Patreon group. It'll be in the form of a Google format where you could just answer anonymously, and I'm looking for topics. When I have topics, then we can sort of add those to the rotation of things. I feel like the wheels are greased with this. I'm very familiar with it, and I'm happy to go forward and continue to do it just at a different rhythm and a different pace is probably best. Weekly readings are still going to happen. I'm working on that one. I'm a little behind. I usually have that by today to post for tomorrow, but I'll get to it tonight so you guys have it for Sunday. Continuing with the question format because that seems to be working well, and I'm getting good feedback for that as well. That question, that weekly reading in form of questions, is for subscribers only, but it's at the lowest tier. It's at, like for less than a cup of coffee, right? You get it for the whole month. So that's that about that. We have 3 classes up. Those are interest lists for the end of August, September, and into December. And then we have one more that I'm going to put up there, which is on warding in particular. This is a way that you sort of create a defense, a protection for your home. But I have a very specific style for that. And I'd like to put that together in a way which is usable material. Like this is how you'll come in. You'll come in with questions. We'll talk about them and we'll just sort of go through the process of the way I do it. And then you can ask your questions about how it might work in your space. So it'll be more of a live Q&A type of thing, less about journeys and all that sort of stuff. Although I might sprinkle one of those in because I like the meditative magic. Um, let's see, these are my updates. That's what this is. This is updates for our Saturday service. I think that's about it. I do want to say as a message for today that we place limitations upon ourselves and we see them as the ring pass not. They are things that we believe that we cannot pass. They are thoughts, they are thought processes, they are thought forms, and all of these things can be changed by energy. They can be changed with our mind and our intention and our emotions and the way that we focus ourselves from a soul level, from a mental level, or any one of those things. So it's entirely possible to pass the ring pass not. Look at limitations this week. I think that that would be a really good place. Where's the wall for you personally? not necessarily talking about life events or situations, but personally, when you reflect on those places where you feel stymied or stuck or that you can't get past that place, ask yourself how that exists inside yourself. There's an architecture to it that is yours, that is internal. This internal architecture upholds the external experience of things. And when we work with that internal architecture, we change the way that it's constructed on the outside. So yeah, limitations are thought forms. Thought forms can be changed. In changing a thought form, you change the way you experience things. The ring passed not is thus passed. What's a card for that today? 1, 2, 3. We open up, asking for highest guidance together. We bring it through, and that is, the page the Page of Wands, excuse me, the Page of Swords. This is Sister Wind in this deck. And what this really says is that, what I like to say about pages is that you know something about something. You've gone through a process, you have a familiarity or experience with the thing, you're there. You can say 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, and when I add in this equation, I get this, and you know how to accomplish a thing, right? This is why they're kind of novice cards. They're, like the apprentice in certain ways. So when we have a page, when we have the sister in us, it says we have reached a peak in experience, we have succeeded, or we have at least completed something, even if the completion was a failure, and we have a understanding of experience that's for us. Because it's the swords, it's mental. If we look in the card, we see butterflies in the card. What it's saying is that there's deeper transformation to happen. There's more ways in which we can play with this. There are possibilities to build upon this, not to look at the experiences you've had up to now as complete and absolute, but just as a complete and absolute step on to the next one. And that would be a really good way to look at this card this week and reflecting on what you've done. Happy Lamas, that harvest. See it as a next phase. So you've come here, right? What is that? What does it mean? And where can you go next? Think about that butterfly of transformation. Use your sword, use your athame if you need to. Meditate with the wind. Be with your breath. All of those sorts of things. Um, Invigorate your system with oxygen if you can, and just sort of clear your mind and see where that takes you. Remember, limitations are thought forms, and thought forms can be changed. And that's my message this week for the Saturday service. Signing off. This is Scott Smith at patreon.com/ScottKSmith and starandstonellc.com.